619
619.
San Diego, which is in California, which
Good
is
morning,
where
San Diego.
Vitaly just was for Coachella.
Yeah.
Hey.
You know, San Diego's like 2 hours away.
A?
A?
Did the A come out?
Yeah, it did come out a few times, actually. Americans pointed it out.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
when I went down there too, it just comes out, and I'm just like, whoa, I didn't notice that I actually say A a lot.
Yeah, they pointed out. They're like, yo, you guys actually say that? And
Oh,
it's
really?
Like, yeah, it's a stereotype that's real, I guess.
What was the context of them pointing, like, what did you say?
Oh, like, I was, like, getting out of the cab, and I
Yeah.
was like, thanks, eh? And the guy was like,
like-
he didn't say it, but he looked at me like, because he knew that I was like from Canada, like we
Yeah.
were talking about that.
Yeah.
And then like I guess shortly after I got out of the car, he was like, "Thanks, eh?" Or I was like, "Thanks, eh?" And he's like, "Oh,
Hey, there it is. Hey, there you go.
hey."
Anyway, how was Coachella?
Coachella.
How was Bieberchella?
Bieberchella? Oh man, bro, I'm honestly fighting for my life right now. Like
Today is Wednesday. He got back Monday.
Yeah, bro. Like we got back Monday. And, like, it was, when we got home, bro, Claire and I, we just passed right out. Like, it was just quite because the last 3 days, it was just commuting to Coachella. And when you get to Coachella, it is a long, long walk everywhere you go, bro.
Dang.
Like, you haven't seen it yet, but EDC, it's in the Las Vegas Speedway, right?
Yeah.
Coachella's field is probably, like, I would say a little under twice the size of that.
Oh, so there's like stages like everywhere. How many stages are there?
There's like
You didn't visit all-
I didn't pass. There was a
No.
lot of stages.
Yeah, you
And
didn't
it's
visit
like
them all?
Not all of them. And
Yeah.
then the thing is like there's a lot of space. There's a lot of space in between each stage. Like
Yeah.
it's actually crazy how large like the Coachella main stage is. Like when people take videos like
Yeah.
on social media or whatever it is, it looks so crisp, right? Like when you see like the artists perform from like the cell phones, right? That people are like recording these videos. Those people recording are super far away.
Oh,
You wouldn't realize it because of how big these stages are. Like we couldn't get up close to the Coachella stage, right? Because it was like always so packed. But if you were to get up in front of there, it's probably like the size of like, I would probably compare it to like a 12-floor apartment in height. It's like huge.
like tall.
Yeah, it
Oh.
is tall. It is large and wide. It
So,
is like it is massive.
When
bro.
Bieber is like, when the performer is performing, they're like 5 stories up already.
They're like, yeah, they're pretty
Yeah.
much like as tall as you, like probably like 5 floors up.
Yeah.
Right. And
Holy.
like they're just like probably, if this was for reference like Bieber or like the Coachella main stage.
Yeah.
Bieber would probably be like here.
From the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you could barely
So
see him.
You just saw like the screen pretty much when you
For
were
the
there.
most part. Like
Yeah.
actually with Bieber, we were really lucky to actually get the spots that we were at. So
Yeah.
it is actually insane how dedicated some believers are. I was told that there were people, as soon as the grounds opened up at 1 p.m., people ran from the entrance to the Coachella main stage, and they stuck right at the barricade from 1 p.m. up until Justin Bieber performing
like
at
1
11.
a.m. Oh, yeah. So
So
they're there
they-
like 12 hours.
They
pretty
were there
much.
for 12 hours.
Yeah.
And they sat through every single performance prior to Bieber. Right?
Dang, yeah.
And like there were like fans of like the Strokes that were so pissed off about this because they were like, yo, you Bieber
Strokes
fans,
on main stage before?
Yeah. You Bieber fans ruined everything because there's not as much hype
At
that
the
the people
front.
at the front are
Yeah.
like giving like the actual performers.
They're just
prior
like
to
waiting
that.
there.
They're
Yeah.
just waiting for
They're just like
Bieber.
sitting or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're either sitting or they're just like hanging out at the barricades, right?
Yeah.
And like,
The Strokes said that.
well, no, the fans of the Strokes.
Oh, okay.
They were like, I was seeing on Reddit, they were just also pissed off because like there's no hype or like the acts will like feed off of like how the
Yeah.
crowd is, right?
Yeah.
So when the crowd is pretty much quiet because they want to see Bieber,
Yeah.
right? Like they're not gonna. The artists will feel that, and
Yeah.
they're not gonna feel as motivated to like give out their best performance.
Yeah, it's
right?
like you're not here to see me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like different strokes for different folks. So.
No, you gotta clip that.
Yeah. But damn, yeah. And then because I saw all your Snapchats, or the Snapchats and the IG videos of you and the whole crew. You guys went off on your outfits. I was very surprised. You guys look
Oh
good.
yeah.
Not surprised, but I was like pleasantly like, oh man, you guys look good.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about like Coachella in this current day and age is that like, it's all for like a good portion of it, as much as we don't like to admit it, is for social media, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I mean, like, the moment that Claire put on, like, got us prepped up with all these clothes, right? She was like, we need photos. We need photos in a particular sunlight. We need photos of, and we need videos of like all the different things that we could post. And I'm like, all right, man, we're literally the stereotype of the influencers that go to Coachella, right?
Well, I mean, like that's part of the fun of it. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's fun to do it for the fun of it. It's another thing to do it because you want clout,
Oh yeah,
right?
Totally,
So I think it's like there's the fun aspect of it. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna do like this little dance or whatever, because it's fun. But then another thing's like, no, I'm gonna do this dance because my followers want it. Like, right? So yeah, it's annoying.
you see like actually a ton of people like when you're around like the more iconic parts of Coachella, like you'll see like that like the Ferris wheel, obviously.
The tower.
Yeah, the tower, the
Yeah.
colorful tower.
Yeah.
There are people like at during the sunset, like the golden era or golden hour, where you'll just have all kinds of people just
Yeah.
taking photos, like
Yeah.
hundreds and hundreds of people just taking photos. And
Oh,
it's
no.
like you're trying to take your photo, but there's somebody in the background also taking their photo.
Yeah, but
So-
then the iPhone has that feature to blur to
Yeah.
take everyone out now. So
Yeah, the power of AI, man. It's
Yeah.
actually been very convenient to have that. But
yeah,
it was definitely it was definitely part of the fun to like have that that outfit. Claire designed one that was for Cat's Eye, which was the first day.
Yeah.
Where it was like a Gabriella inspired fit. I don't really know.
Who's Gabrielle? Oh, part of a Cat's Eye? Is she like the Filipina?
I don't know, bro. Like, dude, it was so funny because like we got separated because I wanted to watch Dijon with the boys,
Yeah.
right? Before Cat's Eye, so the girls went ahead to a different stage where Cat's Eye was, right,
Okay.
to go see. Because you had to like get there ahead of time to get a good spot
Right.
for a lot of these like more hyped up acts,
Right.
bro. Like Cat's Eye was packed. Like I don't know if you're familiar with them. Very
Yeah.
young teeny boppers, like
Yeah,
18
girl
year
group.
olds. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like K-pop but like multicultural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We when the guys and I finally got there, it just felt so weird being a grown man at Cat's Eye, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's a thing too. When I see people, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say it. When I see like grown men go to like K-pop girl group concerts, I'm like, I don't know, man. It's kind of, I don't know. But I heard Beanie did well too. Did you see Beanie?
We didn't get to.
Oh, really?
They clashed with I think somebody else. No, they didn't clash with anybody. You know what Claire and I were doing? We were in line for the Skylark merch.
Oh yeah, you were just talking about that.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, dude. The Justin Bieber hype is unreal.
Yeah.
There were people that were lining up for the limited Skylark Justin Bieber merch for 4 hours. 4 hours, guys. There were people there that were willing to wait in 30-degree weather for Skylark merch. You know how long Claire and I waited? 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then we barely broke a tent, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
Like it was like it's just for reference, right? The Skylark merch was like in this particular area, right?
Yeah.
And then the line, it wrapped around another building that was right next to it, and then it went behind the bathrooms, and then went behind another building, right? And it just kind of wrapped up behind all these buildings that it looked shorter than it actually was. But then when you start to follow the line, you realize
It's
that
like it's going around everything.
yeah,
it's
there
crazy.
was a long way to go, and people were cutting the line, bro. So like
That's what's
you didn't-
annoying too, right? You're just like you see the line and you're like, oh, like if you were to be servicing the line, right?
Yeah.
You'd be like, okay, like one transaction takes a minute max, but then like you said, there's people cutting lines, so cutting in the line, so as soon as like someone moves, like someone is already in front of you already, right?
Yeah.
That's annoying.
And that's the thing is that like you can't like with this particular situation, there was no way to like add a barricade or any kind of like ropes because
Oh.
the line just kept getting longer and longer and longer and longer. They ran out of rope, bro.
Oh, so it was at the beginning there was
At the
rope.
beginning there was rope,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
But like the it just kept expanding further that you couldn't just you
Yeah.
know rope all of these people.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a very tough situation on the
Right.
people for Coachella because they weren't anticipating this much hype.
Yeah, and festival logistics really fascinate me because, well, and anything really in terms of like logistics, it's like you have a capacity of how many people can be in a certain area at once.
Yeah.
And you would think that you can have like you can have a plan of like where everyone's gonna be and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So why would a line inside the festival be 4 hours long? Like that doesn't
Right.
really make sense. Like how does the logistics behind that work?
I think that I think it was a lot of Justin's team that made it that way, honestly, because they could have easily just made the clothing available online, you know.
Yeah.
And they could have just set up everybody to have a pre-order, or they could have gotten like the you get a number, right, and then you come back when it's your turn. So
Yeah, like online queue or
an
something.
online queue.
Yeah.
But they didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
And I think that's just to generate hype.
Yeah.
And so then people could say, "Oh man, Justin's
Yeah.
merch is like 5 hours long. That's how crazy it is." You
True.
know?
And then you get the story of like I waited 5 hours for this. Yeah.
Exactly. And people were kind of feeding off of that hype, bro. Like
Yeah.
there was, it was crazy. And you know how much some of this merch cost? Insane, bro. When I checked the pricing for the really popular hot ticket sweater was this polka dot blue sweater that had it said Biebercella on it, I think.
Okay.
And it was super nice sweater. And I've seen like people wear it around the festival area, and it looked very nice quality. But
Yeah.
just take a wild guess how much that sweater costs.
It was like $300 or something.
$400. 450 Canadian. It was 280 or something like that USD.
Yeah.
And people were willing to pay 280 USD.
Yeah, man. If it's just exclusive Biebercella, so it's exclusive
Yeah.
just for Coachella.
It was just for Coachella.
Yeah.
Yeah. Claire and I got really lucky though, because at the after it was like day 3 that we were like, okay, we really want this merch, but we're not willing to wait in line for this, right? So we actually took a picture of I went over to Justin Bieber's Instagram.
Yeah.
And he had the link to his website, skylark.com.
Okay.
I took a look, and the jersey and the sweater, they were all there.
Yeah.
But they were at like a slightly higher premium than
Nice,
what you
yeah.
could get at like Coachella. It was
Yeah.
like an extra $50 USD
Yeah.
to buy it online.
Yeah.
For both for the sweater, and then there was this jersey with Justin Bieber's face, and he was like putting up the middle fingers.
Oh,
Because-
really?
Yeah. It's actually a pretty sick sweater, shirt. I'll show it to you.
What a
after this.
little crap teenager
Yeah.
douchey.
Yeah, but it was actually kind of gangster. I was like, respect. But that jersey that we paid for, bro,
Yeah.
$190 Canadian.
Damn.
And I'm pretty sure that was printed on, which is like I'm
Oh,
still,
so like it will like wash off or whatever. Like.
I'm sure it'll hold up
Yeah.
for $190 and better.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm just wrapping my head around like I'm not even a believer, bro. Like I dropped that much money for it. But
Damn.
Claire really wanted it, you know.
Yeah, obviously
But I
Claire's
was-
been a believer since she was like 10 years old. So.
Yeah, man. Like if you could go onto her Instagram, like she had a video that she posted, or she hasn't posted it yet, but
Yeah.
she cried during Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
cried during Baby. She cried during
Billie
You
Eilish.
Smile. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then One Less Lonely Girl, she cried
Yeah.
during that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, bro, like we cried over a dude that, like, you know,
Yeah.
this
This
dude
this parasocial relationship, bro.
is insane. But like, shit, I get it though, because a lot of these, you know, especially when you're older, right? Like, I mean, I think when you were a kid and you were a believer, right? It's like this fantasy that, you know, you're that one less lonely girl, right? But then you kind of come to terms with it as you get older, like
Yeah.
that. I guess what Claire told me was that seeing Justin Bieber grow up, go through the things that he did over the course of the last 16 years, she kind of reflects it on also her own growth, and like they grew up together in a way.
Yeah.
And Justin Bieber actually acknowledged that during his set, that like this whole thing in the Weekend 2 set was, you know, he was really happy to do it because, you know, all the people that were there watched him grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was kind of like this. It almost like is just like looking in the mirror when you kind of compare it in that essence.
Honestly, like I get what you're saying. But I don't get what you're saying. Like
Oh.
it's like I get it too. I think yeah, you grow up with an artist, but I was never and like I've been seeing videos of the new Michael movie, right? It came out just recently, and then I'm like, yo, Michael Jackson was like my guy, like he went through so much, like blah blah blah. But I was never to the point of like, yo, I'm like crying because like I cried when he died.
Well, I mean that but, kind of backs it up, though.
But then it's like I don't know, like I feel like I don't have that connection with like anyone really. Michael Jackson would be the closest one, but I guess this is me. Maybe that's me being like not.
I don't know, man. Like I kind of
as connected.
but I guess that's probably your biggest comparison to it, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I personally get it because when take for an example, okay, like I could actually relate to one song by Justin Bieber, "One Less Lonely Girl."
Yeah.
"One Less Lonely Girl" takes me back personally. It's like a time machine kind of aspect where it took me back to my first dance when I was 13. I danced with a girl. I slow danced with a girl for the first time when I was 13 to "One Less Lonely Girl."
Oh, that's cute.
It is really cute, but like it takes me back to a certain point of my life, and that's how I can connect to Justin Bieber's music or his personal life.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of like Claire, for example, will definitely connect the dots to a lot of particular points in her life. Like I think "Where Are You Now," "Sorry," like that whole Purpose era of Justin Bieber, that takes her back to her Toronto days when she moved out there to university, right?
Yeah. It's like you're listening to that music at a certain part of your life.
Yeah,
I get what you mean.
It's a pinpoint, you know, and like I guess you don't really know what's going on in Justin Bieber's personal life. He's not going to tell you, right?
Yeah.
But you can just kind of relate to each era of his music to a certain point of your life and be like, damn, that's how I connect with you, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's a true artist coming out. Like if you can connect with your fans, that makes a great artist.
Yeah, and you can kind of see it that like, I mean, he did great, by the way. Like,
honestly, like in the first weekend when I first watched him, I was like, oh, what is this? It's like I don't know if I like it. It was like kind of lazy. Like I'm like, oh, he's just watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And then like people were like, no, he's so happy now. I'm like, I don't know. It seemed like he didn't want to try, but then after. I was giving more context of like, yeah, he sold his catalog.
Yeah.
Like he can't really like sing, but I'm like, oh, can't he do acoustic or whatever? Blah blah blah. But then I guess like the second weekend I didn't watch, but apparently everyone was like, oh, he did a lot better.
He did a lot better.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't see the first set, but like I think I only knew like the context of why people were pissed. They were like, oh, like for $10 million you could easily not use your laptop and like you know.
Yeah,
actually perform this stuff with like an acoustic guitar.
Yeah,
you know, but with this, right? Like he performed like his new album legitimately. He had all the theatrics. He had a guy playing the acoustic guitar on some portions of it. Right. And then sorry, 1 second, just getting some notifications here. And then he on the part he did the whole YouTube thing again, right?
Yeah.
And I actually kind of like when I saw it, I actually kind of felt nostalgic too, and I felt, oh my god, this is really well thought out. Like he played certain parts of these songs, and like he talked about like what they meant to him and what part of his life it took him back to. Right?
I see. Oh, so he was like, what's called narrating?
Yeah,
he was giving context. Of in between the songs.
Totally.
Okay.
He was like, oh, like he put up "Baby." And he was like, oh, you know, this is like the first song I ever like made or whatever.
Oh, really?
Or like one of like the first songs that became like his, hey babe. That was like his first song that really broke him out and like, you know, made him visible, right?
Yeah.
And then he played like, you know, he played "Cry Me a River," the cover, and he was talking about how he was just a kid who just like posting music on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that's how it all started.
Yeah. The other Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys can't see it, but my girlfriend's just tearing from just the
she's having
conversation of
a crazy come down.
Yeah.
2 days later.
Yeah.
With her Tim Biebs cup.
Yeah, but I honestly like if maybe it wasn't a performance of theatrics, because the big difference here is I think this is the best way I could really put it, okay? Sabrina Carpenter, for example, first day.
Super theatric,
over the top, right? but she's trying to build a legacy. She's trying to prove herself still.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber's been at this for 16 years.
Yeah.
What else does he really have to prove at this point, you know?
Like, people are already connected to him.
Very
as
much
opposed
so.
to Sabrina, she's still trying to make her kingdom in a sense.
She's still trying to establish herself as an
Yeah.
artist, where Justin Bieber is just trying to let you know that, hey, this is me, this is who I am, and everybody just wants to make sure that this guy's all right.
Beautiful.
You know? And that's what it is. And I think that's why everybody was so happy to see him at least smile, be in his element these last 2 weeks, because everybody thought that he was, you know, torn down by the music industry, that everybody just ate him up and chewed him out, you know, because I mean, the first, 7-8 years, most guys, I mean, myself included, would talk mad shit about Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
But like deep down, I'd be bopping One Less Lonely Girl. Like, I wouldn't admit it to the boys, but like, I mean, like, I was
Damn,
like,
bro.
kind of a bop.
This boys' night topic was not supposed to come into light, bro.
Yeah. But I mean, like, that's the thing, is he got so much scrutiny over the course of the first 7 years of his career, and then people only started to realize, hey, like, this guy, you know, he put in the work, he makes good music, and he's just he was very much misunderstood, and people only like highlighted the, you know, the immature portions of his life because he was growing up under the spotlight. Bro grew up, like, you know, just he grew up from a little boy to a grown man in front of everybody. And what teenager doesn't make mistakes, right?
And I guess like he was probably one of the first ones. Well, I mean, like, he was like the OG to be like, yeah, I was discovered on YouTube. Social media was like a big part of his upbringing. Like, I think it was a big part of life when he was coming to. So I guess, like, in a way, as opposed to, say, Michael Jackson did it in the 70s, no one knew what was going on in his personal life. Like Justin Bieber, like, this is the time where everyone's vlogging, everyone like is in your face, like you can't really hide from online scrutiny. So I guess that was another big factor too. So
Totally.
that probably messed him up big time.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, is a lot of the artists that joined him on stage, like Big Sean, even gave the guy his flowers. They were like, hey, you know, you gave your life to this whole thing. All these people here, you showed everything that you had to them, and you gave them your all, right? And you could have easily, you know, fell into the abyss, and, you know, the industry could have easily chewed you up and spit you out, but you stood your ground and you became the guy that you are today, and you became the best person that you could be for your family and your friends. And that's beautiful, man.
That is beautiful.
Like, Big Sean really showed some love to JB. So
That actually, that's a great take too, because how many rappers or artists in general, I just say rappers because it's just, I guess, common in the rap industry, you get a one-hit wonder, maybe like one album, and then that's it, like, and no one talks about you anymore. Like, I don't know who's an example, but like or like worse, like maybe you like die, like Juice World, you know, XXX, like you pop off, and then things start getting crazy, and then you're next thing you know, you're gone. So
it's and I mean, that's the thing, is that there could have been a lot of instances where like JB's could have dropped the ball, you know, like, I mean, he's definitely gone through a whirlwind of different kind of situations, but he still came out the way he is, dude. Like, I'm telling you, bro, like, seeing the crowd, like, just seeing how large of a crowd that man could bring in after 4 years of not performing, and just, you know, all kinds of...
I think you disconnected.
Did I disconnect? Oh, shit. Am I back in?
Hold on. Check. Go in.
Hello.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just seeing how much of a crowd he could bring in after 4 years of not performing is insane. Bro, we had to wait, like, our spot. We actually were pretty smart with it. We got there an hour early, right? You could already see, like, a large group of people that were, like, that have been waiting there for probably, you know, as I mentioned, 12 hours to 5 hours, right? You couldn't walk in there, right?
Yeah.
And then you could already see some people that were already kind of, like, sitting where they want to sit, right? What we did was we initially were by this kind of like a wheelchair accessible area. So it was like an isolated kind of seated area that kind of was like raised up a little bit, right? Initially, we were standing by there, and we were like, okay, where are we gonna sit? Where are we gonna stand? Where are we gonna stand? What we did was we moved over to the front of that. So then the crowd that eventually is like building up behind us,
Yeah.
they can't get behind us because that wheelchair area is in the way.
Oh,
so there's no
yeah.
crowd that can push forward or like get in between us.
Smart.
Right?
Smart.
So what happened was when everybody got there was so much space to hang around in front of that wheelchair area. We had so much room. But if you looked like right behind us, or if you looked to the left of us,
crowds
packed.
Yeah.
Absolutely packed.
Damn, and no one knows that, like, hey, we're just like chilling here.
We're just chilling, and we were like pretty lucky. Like, I mean, anybody that was over the height of like 5'10", right?
Yeah.
You could actually see J Beebs just like this. Like, he was like pretty small, but you could actually see him moving around and stuff.
The boys give shoulder rides, or is that allowed? Is that a thing at Coachella?
Yeah, you could give shoulder rides. I gave Claire a shoulder ride for. Babe, what did I give you a shoulder ride for? Daisies. Yeah, his last song. Mm. Yeah, so she got to see him up close that way.
Yeah. How is the view? Oh, you said it's still like you can see the speck, right?
Well, it wasn't that bad of a speck. Like, it wasn't like small to the extent that like I couldn't see him move around. Yeah. Like, I could actually see him move.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty sick.
Damn.
But like it's not like I could see his face without like using the projector or the screen over there.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty good sight. It was a pretty good spot. We were very happy because like Sabrina Carpenter, bro, couldn't see anything.
Really?
Yeah, it was like we got
there. Were you
there
closer or same thing? Same.
Well, it sucked because Cat's Eye, who was another artist that the group wanted to see, they literally ended their set right when Sabrina Carpenter started. Oh. So we had to abruptly leave Cat's Eye, right? And the problem is you need to get there an hour early to see a headliner with a good spot.
Right.
We got there literally 10 minutes before Sabrina Carpenter started, and everything was already packed.
Oh, I see.
So we were already like cooked.
Damn, that's what I'm fearful of in like a festival setting, because we've been to festivals before, like me and you, but like the biggest festival I've ever experienced was Veld.
Yeah.
Actually, Escapade was pretty big too, but you know, Veld was okay. I feel like Veld could have been bigger, but anyway.
Yeah.
When I go to EDC, I'm kind of scared of how planning it is going to work in terms of like moving stages too, right? Yeah. Wait, did you have signal in Coachella? Because I know at EDC they don't have any signal, right?
I had better signal at Coachella than I did at EDC.
Yeah. So like if you lose someone, you're dead. Yeah. Or you can't find them, no coming back, and then obviously when you're like in a crowd of people moving, you know, they say the Asian migration. I'm sure there was an equivalent, like the white migration or whatever, like I don't know, at Coachella, but
Caucasian migration.
Yeah. So was it like rough to navigate crowds like that as everyone is moving?
It was very rough.
Yeah.
The Coachella crowds are massive, man.
Yeah.
So like the attendance, I believe, for Coachella this year was 750,000 people
across the 3 days.
Across the 3 days.
So 250 a day. Well, I mean,
roughly, it could be 750, right?
Like
over the course.
That's like a whole city too.
That is literally like Edmonton.
Yeah.
Just in one spot, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, actually, EDC, man, it wasn't that bad.
Really?
I'll tell you right now, like the EDC was like 300,000 people over the course of 3 days.
So like half the size.
Yeah, but people aren't as adamant on getting to the front because it's a DJ, right?
Right. Yeah.
Versus
it's because like you can be in the back. Actually, sometimes the back is better because you see the lasers.
You still see lasers. You still see all the theatrics, right?
Yeah. As opposed to seeing an artist who like you said, the spec.
You want to be as close as you can to the artist, right?
Right.
So we got as close as we could, right? But it still, isn't enough.
Yeah.
Frankly, with EDC, you have the perfect formula of not having to see the DJ up close. You don't need to, right?
Yeah.
And if you need to like get around, there is very much Plur present at EDC versus Coachella, which is a melting pot of different people, different genres, where Plur isn't quite necessarily a thing.
Obviously,
right? Yeah.
Like you'll see like people. Like another thing too, I guess I'll ask: was it like messy, like in terms of like people? Were people messy at Coachella?
Nah, I mean, like, I think they were. Well, define messy.
Like, okay, because I guess that's another thing too with nighttime events versus daytime events.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, nighttime event. It's like, okay, there's gonna be like lots of drinking. There's gonna be obviously lots of drugs.
Yeah.
There's gonna be people like throwing up, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to daytime, it's like I think a little more chill, right? But then obviously you said Justin Bieber was on at 11. That's still like nighttime.
Yeah.
But like you see the plastered people come out, like the demons come out at like 1 o'clock,
People
right?
get trashy like when the sun sets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like
And I
around
mean-
like 7, 8 o'clock, it's people are already like trashy.
And you know what? Like it got kind of scary at one point because DJ Snake and DJ Snake,
Knock
RL
2?
Grime, Knock 2.
Yeah.
They performed at the EDM kind of stage, I guess.
Yeah.
That was. It was pretty. It was a pretty open area, right?
Oh, CJ's here.
But they didn't. Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
should we cut it to the second episode? I guess. No.
Let's chill. Well, finish your thought and then.
Yeah. So the EDM stage, it was pretty open, right?
Yeah.
But there was just so much unexpected hype for the set that, bro, like we were trying to break into the crowd,
right?
Impossible, and it was terrifying, and people were nudging,
Yeah.
going crazy, and it was actually kind of scary to like try to get 8 people through there to actually even see it.
Well, it is kind of funny because as much as you say EDM is like plur, like Knock 2
right?
Knock 2 crowd, RL Grime is like trappy, so it's like it's I don't know.
Yeah, we ended up. It was so funny because we couldn't get through the crowd. So there was this Red Bull stand. It was like a triangle that had like a bar inside, and then at the back of it where you could actually hang out if you're a VIP and like watch the set from the top of this pyramid.
Right.
We ended up watching the set on the TV screen, like at the Red Bull state, at that Red Bull area, at that bar.
Yeah.
So we were like watching Coachella while at Coachella.
That's hilarious
because we couldn't get in.
Oh, okay, so that was the stories that I was watching. I was like, why are you guys inside? Like at the you guys are in a building. Like why? Are you, okay,
we couldn't get in. It was impossible,
That's
bro.
funny.
It was like we tried our best, but like even like where there were so many people, the sound was not good because it was just like it was the sound was
like
directed over like to I guess inwards, so the people that were in the crowd could hear it, but anywhere outwards it wasn't gonna play as well.
I see. Yeah. Well, we can talk about that more in a bit, but glad to know you had fun at Coachella.
Yeah, we made it through, man.
Yeah, I can't wait till I have my EDC experience next month. So.
Yeah, we can't wait to talk about that, man. That's gonna be sick.
And actually, this is more of a Bieber episode than a Coachella episode. So
right? Yeah.
So anyway, alrighty, we'll get CJ.
Get CJ.
Hey.
Did you got